Sports stories from the 419 in Northwest Ohio, brought to you by a voice you know. It's time to go around the area and around the Hearn.
Good afternoon. Welcome here to kind of a different edition of Around the Hearn. The guy you see sitting down is the new baseball coach at Bluffton, but an old name and kind of a different kind of soul in Eric Naughton. He's actually in Illinois right now. He's doing about 93 different things. But pretty soon, you get to come back to Northwest Ohio.
Very excited about it. Been a long time coming. Didn't really ever want to leave in the first place, and been looking for the right opportunity to get back out there to Northwest Ohio. And when things in life happen the right way, things start falling in place. And luckily, Bluffton came available, and I wasn't turning my eye against it. It was a great community and a good situation I've been looking for, and just can't wait to get back to Northwest Conference.
I like that you changed hats 2 seconds before we went on.
Oh, I'm going to show them a little pride. And it might be a Pittsville hat, but we're going to still show a little white and red Bluffton P. We're going to get started on that for them. So
that's good that you've already brainwashed yourself into getting back to that, It's a good place to start. I guess the natural question is, what made you leave the first time?
Well, started the Grove program, getting them right back in there after the first year. Hit the ground running, establishing culture. Got into that second year, great season, PCL champs, as you know. Just really established that culture. We were ready to go, getting into the 2020 season, and boom, COVID hit. And it really threw a lot of lives sideways. We had family members having some health issues here in the state, and packed up and made the decision to family first before anything, of course, and came out here to Western Illinois for the last several years, just kind of establishing life, helping family out, and building it back up, trying to get myself to a point where we could continue life as normal and get past all of that, which we've done now, and now I've got opportunity to do what I need to do.
I just would like for you to explain to me what normal is, because I don't.
Well, I'm still trying to figure out what normal is after COVID now. Definitely a little bit different in life, but I don't think I can give you that explanation. As long as we're staying busy, everyone's healthy, I'll call that normal.
Well, the good news is that you replaced that with just being outside and coaching every baseball team under the sun. Did you just go out into a parking lot and hold a sign and say, "We'll coach baseball"?
Well, I love baseball. It's a passion of mine. There is nothing I won't do to instill passion and, try to get everything out of the players. So I really this year did something a little different than I've done in a long time and got involved in almost every single level, from little league, travel, middle school, all the way up to JV head coach and varsity pitching coach. 6 baseball teams in 4 months. So all within the same program, all within the same little league filtering up. So there's a way to build programs. Sometimes you got to be involved. Can't say I'll ever be that involved as far as coaching that many teams, but I'll always be around to try to develop. So that might have been a one and done there for the spring, coaching that many teams, but hey.
Or 6 and done.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm tired. I've heard that story twice now, and I'm tired just hearing the thought of you coaching 6 teams. I guess the natural follow-up is, how did those 6 teams do?
Well, honestly, it's not always about winning and losing, but sitting on a 68-24 record for the spring. So I would say that the instilled the passion for baseball and pushed hard with all of it. And, when you're pushing stuff like that, results happen. This has been an amazing spring for a lot of this community out here in Western Illinois with their baseball.
I got to be honest with you. When you started saying, well, it's not about wins and losses, I didn't expect 68-24. So
Killer year.
Kind of bragging.
I'm not bragging. I'm just telling facts. We went 13-0 in Little League. We went 22-4 in travel ball, 22-11 with a varsity team that competed all the way into the regionals, semifinals, and just really pushed hard this year. So just putting out what their results were. I'm teaching them, instilling pride, learning the game, development, all of it. But you win or lose, and facts are facts. They've done a great job this spring.
Was it spreadsheets or did you have a pitch clicker for each? One was labeled wins, one was labeled losses.
Yeah, wish I could on that. No, you know how it is. Every game we went in, won every half inning, did everything we could. So when we got bit, some of the times we turned right around, fixed the things that we were having trouble with, and jumped right back into practice. Got right back into the game. And good thing is that I don't let kids hang their heads. I'm always pushing, keeping your head up on the field, working hard, and results come after that when they buy into it.
I am curious to know, though, because with being able to coach kids from the beginning of their journey to up in high school, is it easier or harder in a sense of, you maybe don't have to dig as deep of, all right, I told this high school kid this, they were able to do that, where now I got to remember, how do I talk to younger kids of getting them to understand this, or maybe being able to use kind of one or two things back and forth?
Absolutely. There's a big process to that. You can't go into a little league team and run a varsity practice and they're going to look at you like a deer in the headlights, not having any idea. So, I've had enough experience in all of those different age levels to really understand where we start the certain development and continue that all the way through. Bluffton will see that. I'll get right there into their little league and push the certain development that we will want to see by varsity. But obviously, by the time they get up there to the high school, there's a lot more drills, there's a lot more, it becomes a whole different level, but it all stays within the same. I really like being uniform with it and trying to kind of keep everybody on the same page. That way, by the time they get to the high school level, the expectations are known.
I think it would be more interesting, though, if you ran the varsity process like the little kids process and just said, all right, guys, we're going to go out running, then we're going to get some popsicles.
Hey, they might like it one day. We'll do that for a culture establishing day. You never know.
That'll be awesome. I'm going to come cover that. I'm just going to show up. I mean, your field's out by the highway, so I'll just stand over there with a camera.
Hey, I love it. Hey.
What's he doing? I don't know.
I'm going to do it now. Now we're going to have a bomb pop culture establishing day. So there we go.
I mean, there are worse things, right? That's like meet the coach and he just comes in and opens up and here's a box.
All right, let's do it.
It would be kind of fun. Something, is kind of different and unique is the thought process of a lot of coaches will talk about, we want to build something from the ground up and we want to be able to kind of run through, but coaching is such a dedicated thing, I guess, that it's hard where you say, bring in your kids at their first year and then hope that you're there, whether by your own or whether the school or the conditions, or kind of like you were talking about leaving for Illinois. How hard is that, though, to be able to sit yourself down, write the book and go, this is my 10-year plan. Let's execute this all the way through and then hope everything works out.
Right. You always want to establish, as coaches, we're looking, we're in season, but we're looking for a further, establishment of the program. So, the biggest part of that is really just getting in and just trusting the process. Trusting that I'm bringing in the right people behind me, bringing in the right, coaches that, if an opportunity or something in life is there, that it continues on. It doesn't just fall flat. So kind of like we did at Grove, I know Coach Sauter has his own style and he's doing his own thing over there, but, pretty seamless for him to step right in and continue that program the right way. Kind of what I would be looking to do with my hires for the coaches here. I'm always trying to pre-plan, stay ahead of the program, make sure we're, building interest in it, getting as many players as we can. So always looking for quality guys to be involved.
Bluffton last year goes 3-14. They go 1-6 in the Northwest Conference, right ahead of Jefferson. You've got Crestview, Spencerville, Grove, LCC out east, and Lincoln View, obviously right in backwards order. Mm-hmm. You come back, and the one thing that's still true of when you left, Lincoln View runs the NWC.
Well,
how do you take them down?
Lincoln View is ran by a great coach who's established an amazing program. Hey, I'm gonna give him credit when he needs
conference now.
I'll give him credit when credit's due. He's done a wonderful job there, established an amazing program. That is the blueprint. He's established a blueprint for what varsity baseball programs need to look like there, and anyone in the area should be trying to push to be like Lincoln View. We will give them everything we absolutely have. But that is where it comes from. I guarantee he's down there in the little league doing everything we just talked about, establishing culture from the 8, 9, 10 year olds all the way up to varsity, and that's what it's all about. If you're going to compete around this area with some of those programs, that's what has to be done.
He's probably down there though on day one teaching them how to bunt. Is that going to be a big thing for your program?
Well, I can't give secrets out, I mean, I can't
Right,
tell you what we're going to do. We got to be able to compete with everybody, and small ball's a way of the game. But we might be fastball hunting. We might establish good pitching. There's going to be a lot that goes into it, but there's definitely going to be a new culture and new way of baseball in Bluffton.
But where do you land on bunting? Because different coaches have a theory of how important it is. I've always landed on the theory, maybe because again, I talked to guys like Fish or Mike Wiss at Minster, that bunting is paramount to success, because everybody was talking about launch angles and analytics and all those stupid things. But it really comes down to, can defenses field a good bunt?
Absolutely. There's no doubt about it that we will be a team that knows how to do that and execute. These boys will be taught the right way, and they will work hard at it. So it's going to be a part of their game. There's no doubt about that.
You're deeper into the process on your side, obviously, than people are on the other side, meaning back here with the kids coming back. Have you, I guess, been able to see what they've done this year or even dig into that? Or are they just, you're a name to them right now?
Well, I'm sure as it is right now with the process, I'm a name to them. What they don't realize is, I do my due diligence. The season had ended. I've already looked at stats. I've already been running through the returners. Luckily, Bluffton, it looks like they've only had 3 seniors leave the program. I believe it's 3 or 4 seniors that left the team. So returning almost all the starters back to the roster next year, which is unbelievable. They were very young last year, so they got experience, and now we can continue to push that on and get more experience, get more interest in the program, get some of the youth up here really building. It's going to be a staple in building culture with some of these young guys that got that under Coach Granger last year. So I'm looking forward to getting most of those starters back and really kind of pushing our new philosophy and what we're going to do to compete in the NWC.
I'm always curious, programs that have had turnovers, you talk about Coach Granger and with Casey Crandall before him, that's a short span in which those guys have been. And it's during a lot of these kids that you're going to have now, their development process.
Right.
How are you going to be able to go in and be like, guys, this is a long-term thing. I want you to understand that we're going to go from here to here, like we talked about earlier. I just need you to buy this process that I'm selling you.
Right. So the best way to do that is I will be available for this program. I've got a long-term plan for the program, and if I'm pushing buying into it, there's no doubt I'm going to be given 100% of heart and passion that I have into it, and that's the only way I do things. I did it at Grove. I've did it at every single stop I've made. I won't do anything different at Bluffton other than push absolutely everything that we can into these boys and try to maximize the talent that they have.
What I heard was we will be putting our phone number out, and anyone can call if they have baseball-related questions or problems 24 hours a day.
No, not at all. Email for that.
No, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to tweet your number and just say, hey, Bluffton people, you don't like how he's playing your kid? Your kid should be batting leadoff. Here's his number. Here you go.
Good news is about me, and you saw it at Grove. I'm not a name player. I'm a performance player. You buy into it. You play hard. You push hard. You're a good teammate. You work absolutely tirelessly. You'll be on the field. So everyone's going to have a shot to get that opportunity. Clean slate for every single player here at Bluffton to come in front of this program and show what they can do. I hope kids that right now might not even be thinking about realize somebody's coming in there that wants them out there. I want that culture. I want them to establish it, and I want athletes out there.
Well, I'm just trying to get banned from the press box before the season starts.
Well, I can't do that right off the bat. We got to give you some games before you
got to wait until you're actually the name there. Yeah, no, it's fine. It'll only take one game. It'll be fine.
You know how it goes.
Yeah. So if you need like anybody in their 40s, maybe who's got like a game of eligibility left that can come in and throw some absolutely terrible batting practice, I got you.
Perfect.
Kids will be like, "Are we going to see faster pitchers?" They'll be like, "Nah, that's all I got."
No, when I got to bring the ringer in, I know who to call.
Yeah, but the best part about that is if I strike one of those kids out, they're immediately off the team.
Yeah, well, yeah, we got to say that ahead of time now.
That's why you tell him, you go up there. All right, he's got 3 pitches. If you hit one of them, good on you. You just beat up a 40-year-old man. If you don't, you can't play here. Go somewhere else.
Good luck to you, because I know there's some talent there, that's for sure.
Well, if you hit a ball on the highway, you get a free pizza, I think, is how that goes.
Hey, you said it.
No, it's not my pizza. I don't know what a business in Bluffton.
There you go. There you
I'd
go.
be the worst person. No, it is. I joke because I really am happy to have you back. As soon as I saw that you were going to be that coach, I said, well, one, I know they're going to be good because there are just baseball people I meet that consume baseball the same way I do and not, again, all the nerdy analytics things, but one of the truly good people that I've ever met. And I've seen how kids respond to you, and I truly believe you're going to do big things.
Well, I appreciate it. That is that's the goal here, is to get in there and show these boys how passionate I am about the game. I don't know if they're maybe they have been coached by somebody that's as loud as me. I know you've seen my passion on the sidelines, and there's not going to be a play I'm not putting them in the right position. There's not going to be a lack of communication. I just hope they're ready to go.
I hope, though, that it goes better for you than my daughter's first T-ball game a couple of days ago, where kids were still figuring out which hand they were.
I think we got some good athletes there. I know that the town's been looking for the right person to come in here and guide these boys. I've seen a lot of people saying how much talent is in Bluffton. I'm excited as can be. I can't wait to get them out on a baseball field and see what we got here in the local community of Bluffton, and just really push these boys as hard as they can.
I'm just hoping that you get run ruled by Spencerville.
Good luck to them. Hey, good luck to all of them. We're one thing we're going to establish is we're going to play baseball, and we're going to play baseball hard. Win or loss, that's one thing this program will do, is they will play hard.
I have to point out that that's a joke so that I don't get banned from Bluffton. I've been kicked out of other places. No, but I really think it's cool because the NWC is obviously going to be different for you than when you were at Grove, because you're playing in 2 leagues, talked about winning the PCL, and you now only have to deal with basically 1 league game a week. That'll be nice to be able to just look at it and go, all right, I don't have to throw this kid. And you had so much talent when you were at Grove that you were able to get away with that, so to speak, from a pitching standpoint of having 1 and 1A. But right, you can have one guy where you go, all right, every X day, I know we can count on this kid. Oh, we don't have to play a second league game tomorrow.
Right. So luckily here in Illinois for the last several years, we've been running down that and being used to just being in a league, 1 league only. That was a wild experience. My California background, big D2, D1 schools, massive programs. I'm not bragging. I've just never been in 2 leagues.
Me, I've been places.
That was a new experience. Coaching in 2 leagues, like you said, having to have the pitching, with the new pitch count rules that had came into effect early into that, definitely made it difficult. But I can't say that it didn't teach me things. I learned from it, and navigating 2 leagues that year, still winning the PCL and putting up a 6-2 record in the NWC. That just goes to show how much they bought in. We did have the arms, but they still had to buy in, because we had a Kirk Griffith, we had a Brady Houndstein, we had guys, 3, 4, 5 guys that were stepping up in league games and showing up when they needed to.
With you talked about doing due diligence, the other thing that's going to be different this year coming back to Ohio is 7 divisions. Have you been able to see and kind of get a feel on, all right, it was 4, this division was stacked, this region was stacked, versus now it's so much different because everything is so, people will say watered down. I will say spread out.
Right. I did notice that. That is, of course, something that I pay attention to, and honestly, I think it'll be a positive for the program. They were all so stacked in that four divisions that you'd be playing some very powerful schools if you start getting past your sectional finals, and it becomes a serious matter when you got a school that's got several hundred more kids at it to pick from. So spreading out a little bit at this point. We're going to compete as hard as we can, no matter what. But it makes it a little bit, competition wise, balances out a little bit more.
I have mentioned this twice now, but as a coach, you're still old enough to where you understand how the game used to be in terms of its gut feelings. Is it still gut feelings to you, or do you lean towards, all right, well, I think I should do this because we've always done this or this situation, versus now, well, the numbers say that we should do something else?
No doubt about it. All the analytics, the new style of baseball, the way they are, you got to be adaptive as a coach. I've got some certain set ways that I still push fundamentally wise, obviously from, having established coaches from early 2000s that do things a lot different. But, year by year, you got, like I said, you got to be adaptive to some of the new ways, using some of the new, using the new radars, using the hit tracks, looking at some of that. I do buy into a little bit of that as far as off-season things.
Stop,
But
Avery.
But I really feel like if you can be willing to be adapted to something, it'll only grow your program.
Well, because it's going to be different. Because obviously, being a pitching coach now for a varsity team, your input matters, but kind of only to a certain point. When it's your program, it's your way. You're either the GOAT one way or the other.
Agreed. Absolutely. You get to sit one side with it and work on, hey, we're throwing balls and strikes, we're working on mechanics. But I go right back to knowing and trusting my experience, trusting certain gut feelings at times. There's no doubt in the game of baseball that gut feeling plays into it. But it helps out nowadays too, being able to put analytics together with that. I will say the staple of baseball, though, truly comes down, I believe, to when you're in the moment, you're playing baseball. And I do believe that a lot of those decisions are going to come down to gut feelings a lot of the time. We're going to put these players into the best possible positions that I can. We're going to work hard in the off seasons and a lot of the new analytical things to try to aim at certain stuff. But again,
if you don't stop.
But again, when it comes down to the gameplay and it comes down to that gut feeling decision is usually what takes over for us as a coach.
Seeing it from a pitching coach standpoint, the pitch comm, do you like that, or do you like being able to teach your guys how to call a game?
I want the catchers to be able to be a leader and, having an established idea of calling a game. I don't just want to completely take that on. I don't feel like that's a good enough development for a catcher, but I do like the pitch comm. We use it out here. But I would say that we don't just use it in a sense where we're calling the entire game. You're going to see catchers established enough to be able to call a game, and then the pitch comm's there if I need to step in or if I need to call certain plays or call. I do like the one-way communication into the being able to set the catcher up nowadays, but again, you gotta be able to establish as a normal baseball catcher, not just having your coach telling you what to do.
But at what point, where you talked about going down through the youth leagues, at what point do you start to develop that with a kid? Because when you're younger, some kids are catching just because that's the spot that was open, versus kids that you can kind of tell have an acumen for it of, all right, we think Johnny could be pretty good at this. Let's start teaching him how to see the game in a different way. Because I've always said catchers are the smartest dude on the field.
No doubt about it. I was a pitcher. I'll agree with you. My catcher was my best friend.
100% that pitchers are not that guy.
Pitchers are smart, but they might not be that guy. I leaned on my catcher through high school and college. Luckily, always had that real intelligent guy, real just go-getter. that's the kind of player you want as a catcher. You want that leader and that intelligence behind that guy running that team for you. So I do put a lot of work into building a leadership position out of that as well, so that the pitching staff will trust. We had that in Grove, and what an amazing job that Houndstein did running that team. I know he would have liked to pitch a lot more. One time I pitched him, he threw a no-hitter up in Toledo, but invaluable as a catcher for the program.
People will look at it and say, oh, cool, he's coming to Bluffton, we get to know him. But what they maybe don't know is that you're already busy for right now for the fall coaching football. How is that going early in the summer?
It's going wonderful. I mean, it's busy as can be, as All-Stars are still going on. We got a 5 o'clock scrimmage for football tonight and a 6 o'clock All-Star game. So decisions on what I have to go to. But, being a multi-sport coach, there's no doubt that I can turn it on for football, go right back to baseball, go right back to football. So it's been going well. Our football team's working real hard. Excited tonight to see what they do in the scrimmage, and excited to see what we do in All-Stars tonight. So just turning one page to the next each night.
If only there were 2 of you.
If only there was 4 of me.
No, you took that joke too far.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to settling down, getting myself just established on the varsity end of it this year, running that program, enjoying watching the Little League, being involved. But I'm going to scale that back, give the family the time they need after the spring we just had this year, and really kind of hone in on establishing the culture here at Bluffton and getting this program where I believe they can be.
Speaking of support and speaking of family, you have to have just an amazing system in place for you to be able to be everywhere and then to be able to come home.
There's no doubt about that. Absolutely no doubt about that. Being in a family, in a kind of a blended family here, where I've got my sons and my fiance's got her daughters, and we're kind of moving in and, in and out. I got kids here one week. They're very involved. They live on the baseball field. But, at the end of the day, family is the most important thing. That. And when baseball needs shut down and the sports need shut down, they're who I focus on. I got to put my effort into them so that I am able to be as passionate and give everything I can to the baseball program.
Well, I'm hoping the same thing that I hoped the last time when you got the Grove job, that you figure out how to bring some California weather here during the spring.
I'd love it. It's kind of funny you say that, but I'm actually kind of looking forward to get more towards the Northwest from what we've dealt with here in Illinois the last 4 years from the springtime. Never been somewhere where it's rained as much as it has. Insane. But I am
welcome back. We'll give you one in the spring that'll be the same.
I get it, but we did get lucky that year in 2017. Maybe I will be able to bring a little bit of that out there, and we'll have a different spring. So fingers crossed.
People who don't know where he's at is close enough to Springfield, the one in Illinois, that I believe the Simpsons is. I'm just sad that you didn't run into Homer Simpson in a donut shop.
Would have been nice, but yeah, no. Springfield, not a bad area. Got everything it needs in there, but definitely looking forward to getting back over to the Northwest Ohio, being in that central area off of 75, where, hey, I can put the family in the car and go up an hour to Toledo, shoot down to Cincinnati, check a game. I just love the area. Absolutely loved it there when I lived there. Showed the kids so many different things. Football Hall of Fame. There's just so many places you can drive to. It's such a difference. And brought the fiance out there already. She fell in love with the area, loves the town, and we can't wait to show the kids. So
the correct answer would have been Cleveland. We were looking for Cleveland, not Cincinnati.
Spent a little time in Cleveland.
Yes.
But I do like going down to Cincinnati as well.
No. We were looking for Cleveland.
Okay.
Guardians, Reds.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go up to Cleveland.
I guess that begs the question, because I honestly forget that. What are you? Don't say Dodgers fan.
I am 100% not a Dodgers fan. I am a San Francisco Giants fan. Come by it honestly. Was born 20 miles from Candlestick Park and brought to almost all the games by my father growing up. So, when you grow up watching Barry Bonds play, it becomes easy to love baseball.
You've done a lot of bragging on this.
That's honestly not bragging. He's a good baseball player.
He was my favorite player of all time, by the way.
He's still the best baseball player of all time. I don't care what they say. If you're gonna give Sosa, McGuire, all these guys credit, and we're gonna still keep him out, that's pretty silly.
He's the only guy I've personally seen walked with the bases loaded in the World Series.
Yeah, I mean, they can say steroids, but I don't think steroids make people walk.
I always made the
Fear
contention of why you say that, because he still has to have the hand-eye coordination to pull it off.
100%. One of the greatest hitters.
He was still almost a 400 guy when he was just in Pittsburgh.
One of the greatest hitters in MLB ever.
That's all right. We can make money off of you, but the second you're done, we're gonna put that in this box over here.
Well, all us the Giants fans understand it. We understand.
There are no real Giants fans left.
Giants fans get it.
After Buster Posey, they left.
It's been rough.
They said we're done with that. They're Dodger fans now.
Oh, good, gross.
Well, they sure aren't Angel fans. Nobody even knows where to find their team.
Surprised the Angels are still in LA.
Los Angeles, Anaheim, who knows?
They don't have that.
Show up.
They got no idea.
We could do a whole nother hour on this, but I have a kid yelling at me about snacks. So
no. I get it.
I truly am excited to have you back. It's not just hyperbole. You really were one of my favorite people to get to converse with, because I knew when I asked a question, good, bad, or indifferent, it was going to be answered exactly how the truth of it was.
Well, I'm a straight shooter. You know that. I always will be. And, I think that's going to be one thing that really helps build the culture in Bluffton is these kids are going to be able to come to me. They're going to be able to talk to me, and they're going to get real answers. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm not going to tell them something that they, need to hear. I'm going to tell them what they have to hear to be a better baseball player. So I hope they get excited about it, because I'm going to push them as hard as they've probably ever been pushed. And I've got an absolute goal in mind to maximize that talent that is in that area.
I absolutely can't wait for the at Bluffton Pirate TikTok dance account.
There we go. Well, we'll start some new stuff out there.
Yeah, everybody else wants to do home runs. For every bunt, you do a dance. Every good bunt.
Well, and not just bunting. We're gonna establish a bunt defense, and we're gonna establish how to guard that too, and be a wonderful defense. Because, like you said earlier in the interview, you don't win baseball games by just hitting ball over in gaps. You can still lose 15-14. So we got to pitch. We got to play defense behind our pitchers, and really turn this thing around.
The comments say that they assume your dance moves are not great.
I can't show them on this. We'll see when we get out there on the field.
No, I don't want people to tune out. You got to wait. You got to come out to the first game probably in March or April next year.
All right. Well, we lay a bunt down and get a good one. I'll give you a little jig. We'll see.
I look forward to it. I appreciate you.
Well, I'm as excited as can be. I cannot wait. I'm looking forward to this football season we got going right now. Real deep into it. Can't wait to watch these boys. But as soon as that thing ends, can't wait to get the family out there, get on that baseball field, meet this Bluffton community, and get the ball rolling on this.
Well, I hope I get invited to your potluck.
Bomb pop. I thought we already established this.
I assumed that you were having a potluck with the community, and then you were having bomb pops with the kids.
Well, let's do it. We'll find the best little local restaurant right there in Bluffton, have a little meet and greet, and I'll make sure you're invited. But I can't. I can't wait to get out there. We kind of toured Bluffton. I knew Bluffton obviously from before being in Grove.
You had 20 minutes.
Not bad at all. Love the town. Love the little community right there. Really looking forward to getting established and meeting everybody, and getting to shake hands and meeting these ball players and getting them out on the field.
We hope you've enjoyed this edition of Around the Hearn. Come back next week for more local stories from the NWO. But until then, be sure to follow us on Twitter at Michael Hearn PBP for more great area content.